This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're in fight camp, week 1. Delighted to be joined by, I don't know who to introduce first.
And this is Sandy Ryan, miniature snail.
Okay, we'll come on to that in a second. Sandy Ryan, and people will remember, IFL people will remember, Dave Ryan. It's been a while. Is it all right to start with Dave quickly? Yeah, is that all right? All right. Dave, how have you been?
I've been good, mate. Really good. Since retirement, it's been good.
So obviously your last fight was nearly 5 years ago now, back in 2016. So a quick summary of what's happened in that 5 years?
In that 5 years, I've been just been travelling the world with a good friend of mine on the World Superbike circuit. So it's been keeping me busy, which has been good as well. And for two lads to travel the world living the dream, it's quite nice.
Sandy, obviously everyone who watched boxing when your brother obviously was fighting knew exactly what they were going to be seeing. Dave was never in a boring fight and kind of wore his heart on his sleeve. I think that's fair to say. But yeah, you must have obviously been a big fan.
Yeah, definitely. Big fan of my brother growing up, and now it's my turn.
I feel like you want to add to that.
Say something. I think she has got a little bit of the same sort of style as me, but I don't want her to box like me, because I don't want her to take as many punches as I did. Because as we said before this, that I look battered after each fight, and I don't want her to look like that. I want her to box smartly rather than use your head as a punch bag sort of thing.
I've always wondered, like, when you were in these fights and kind of always in a tear-up, and it's like you're probably going through social media and everyone's going, oh, Dave Ryan's a warrior and Dave Ryan's so game and brave, etc. And you might be in a physical state and you think it's kind of making me feel better, but still, yeah, I mean, in your words there, taking too many punches, but that was kind of effective in the offensive term, that it kind of worked for you in a weird way.
Yeah, it worked for me. It was my style basically, but there's easier ways of winning fights rather than take all the punches on the chin. And I believe Sandy can win a lot of fights with just the skill set alone, rather than not take any punches at all. She's a very clever fighter, so we'll see what she can do.
We've obviously done a couple of interviews over the last 2 or 3 months with yourself, Sandy. So it's good to obviously get Dave here and his perspective on your professional debut. But yeah, any nerves ahead of this weekend?
No nerves right now, just excitement, and I can't wait. And getting here today, I'm just even more buzzed, so yeah, I'm ready.
Has he given you any advice, obviously, like away from kind of any camera situation? Has Dave given you any advice ahead of Saturday and having your pro debut?
Don't do the things that he done wrong. That's the advice he's given me.
Yeah,
And
totally.
I
Learn from my mistakes.
Yeah, I know exactly the mistakes that he made, and I even told him in his boxing career, while he was making them mistakes, what you're doing. So you can't then say to me, don't make mistakes that I made, son.
She was trying to give me advice back then rather than me give her advice now.
Yeah, but he did take it.
I took a few punches there.
Exactly, that's the only thing he did. And a few of mine, in the gym.
Not many though.
So when's the last time you two had I don't know how to word this, a move about?
You keep saying he's going to come to the gym, and all this camp he's not even been to the gym.
No, the last time we sparred or move about, as so Coog says, it was 2016.
Exactly.
And I used to hand you a beating then.
Dave, yeah, I know what a beating is.
Ask her the time when I put her in hospital with a fake jab. This is a true story.
Right, you need to elaborate on this for people that don't know.
Come on.
Yeah, we were sparring. And listen, right, I had my boots. I didn't have them proper tied. The only time that I've not done that, I'm not blaming the tools though. And he threw a fake jab, and obviously I'm going to step back, rolled onto my right ankle, dropped to the floor, and I was in the worst pain. I couldn't even tell you the pain that I was in. and him jumping about, dropped you with a fake jab.
Well, basically, I put in hospital with a fake jab. It was the
But I
bottom
broke my
line of the story,
ankle.
that was it.
I broke my ankle. He had to carry me out the ring, carry me to the car. It was like.
That's just the nice
so
guy that I am. I
painful.
carried her out the ring as well.
But honestly, that's the only story that he brings up. He
Oh,
brings
it's
it
quite
up
an
on-
interesting story, don't you think?
Yeah, I find it interesting. Yeah.
It is interesting, but he just brings it up
She just
all the
don't like
time.
it.
And when
She
he's
just
drunk
don't
as well,
like
he just
it.
goes on and on about it. When he's had a few beers, thinking he's Rambo. Oh, I remember when I dropped you with a fake jab.
Yeah, well, everyone's going to know about that, so you just have to get used to it.
I find it difficult to believe that that was the last time, again, I'm going to use the term loosely, a move about, you two were in the ring kind of in that situation. You've not been in the ring together and kind of just, even if it's just for banter, go in the ring together.
Yeah, no, this was
In
probably like 2013 or 14
Yeah.
when this happened.
In
But we had
lockdown-
many spars.
In lockdown, we got the headgear on, got sparring gear on, and we done some rides in the garden.
Yeah, we did actually, yeah. Just a little bit of a body spar.
So from your point of view, are you, when you would have a move about with Sandy, is it a case of, she's my little sister, I'm kind of going to maybe hold back a little bit, but from your perspective, you think to yourself, I'm going all out here, like,
Yeah, I want to smash him.
Yeah, she was trying to
When
take
you
my
don't
head
hit
off
me, you
every
don't tap
time.
me. You don't tap. You don't.
No, I'm hitting Sandy as hard as she hits me, basically.
Very hard then.
That's very hard, yeah. But every punch that she was throwing at me, she was trying to take my head off every time.
Clean. Clean.
okay, so do you feel like whenever you've been in a situation where you've got gloves on or not gloves on, that you've maybe taken a liberty where you thought, maybe I shouldn't have hit that hard? No.
Never. If I've hit it hard and I think, oh, it's a bit hard, it won't bother me. Because it's fighting. It's the fighting game. Sometimes you get hit
That's
hard.
your sister.
Yeah, well, what was she trying to do to me? I'm not there trying to take her head off. I'm there trying to bring her on and spar with her, have a little move about, and she's trying to take my head off. But if I hit her hard and it hurts her, well, that's the game, innit?
I'd want that anyway.
Yeah.
I tell the boys in the gym, like, hit. It's usually my last few spars at this camp. The guy at the gym, I said to him, and Clifton said it. Clifton said it to him behind my back because he told me after, but I said it to him. I said, I want you to, from the first bell, knock me out. Come at me like a proper fight. If you don't, get out of the ring. And that's what he done. I don't want easy spars.
Yeah, and that's the thing, when we was sparring, I was trying to make it as real as possible, because if you just go in there and just pussyfoot around her, then she's not going to benefit from that at all. So you've got to put it on her. And that's what Cliff says to all the lads that spar, you put it on her. Otherwise, we're going to waste the time, might as well get out.
If you two were to have a move about today, considering she's just come out of a camp, yeah, and obviously you're not an active fighter anymore, Dave, what, in your opinion, happens?
If we didn't know each other and we was there as a proper fight, I'd snap her in half.
You're full of shit. You're so full of shit.
Sandy, I'll ask the same question to you. Considering, again, I'll repeat myself what I'm about to say. You've just finished, you have finished the camp pretty much. You're fighting Saturday. Dave hasn't been in a fighting situation legally over the last 5 years. I'm not suggesting that you're any kind of pub rules.
Zero fights.
Okay, but how would that situation pan out?
I don't believe you'd get close to me right now. Like, you probably ought to land the odd shot, like, but you don't go out in the rain and not get wet, do you? Right now, I would be too fast, to be fair. Very sharp. I'm ready to go, bro.
Yeah, for the first round.
What, and then
And I'd
you
just
use-
wear you down like I used to.
Uh,
I'm not scared of taking a couple of shots, so you can throw as many shots as you like.
you can talk, can't you?
Considering it's just a can fight and has been able to fight, obviously just because you're turning pro, people obviously know about your amateur background and you've been on the circuit for quite some time. People are aware of you, not just in Derby, people know your name regardless. But how protective are you, I'm not really necessarily talking in a boxing sense, but just mean in general, over having a sister like Sandy that you know can handle herself?
Yeah, like, very protective. She's my little sister, and I'm going to do anything to protect her, whether that means, well, anything, basically, anything. So it's my little sister, I'm going to look after her, I'm going to protect her as much as I can, I'm going to guide her to her best ability in boxing and, well, in life in general.
Got anything to add to that, Sandy?
No, he's just my big bro, isn't he? My big bro.
I think she expects that anyway from me. Any young sibling for the older brother would expect him to protect him throughout life and all of life's choices.
Bit of a random one, but I'm going to chuck this in anyway, right? Have you two, and I don't know really if you guys socialise, as in like away from kind of boxing, would you go out on a night out, etc., or have you been over the years? Have you been in a situation, whether it be in Derby or wherever, where you two are actually almost like in a bit of bother or had a problem where you two are actually like having a fight with someone? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't think, but we've never been in that situation, have we?
No, the only drunk situation, is when I'm picking him up from the pub or something like that. And one time I was at the gym, and it wasn't even that long ago, a few weeks or months I think. And when the pub's just open, so it was all giddy going back to the pub.
Yeah, it was April then, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I was at the gym, I had about 8 missed calls, and this is not normal for Dave. So before I got in the shower, I was ringing him like, shit, something's up. Like, because he'll ring me once, and if I didn't ring him back, he would probably leave it. But I was ringing him. I managed to get hold of him. He was drunk walking around Overston. I need a lift. Where are you? Come and pick me up now. Didn't even ask me. Come and pick me up now. And he was just like, you were just so drunk, and it's just not. I was just like,
the
just get
first
in the
day
car.
the pub's being open again, so I just took advantage of the situation and had one too many. I got a lift home, didn't I?
There's easier ways of getting a lift home, David. The reason I ask that is because if Sandy was male and her name was Graham Ryan, not that I've just pulled Graham out of the bag there, but I'm saying that there would have been probably a situation if you're out of your brother where you'd kind of have been in a situation at some point. I can imagine like any kind of boxing brothers, kind of their background, like the Afais. Don't tell me the Afais haven't had a tear up in Birmingham somewhere at some point. Not now, but I'm on about when they were younger, etc. I just thought, did that kind of apply to you guys because she can have it and so can you?
Yeah, but we've never really been out together, and well, we have been out together, and so we do see each other. But we've never been out together and been able to get in a situation like that.
No,
I don't think.
Like, been out, like, food and have a few drinks, but I wouldn't go out on a night out with him. No way.
Yeah, because
he'll do
for
me
one,
in.
you wouldn't be able to keep up, and two, I'll need a lift home.
I'm an athlete, yeah.
You are the athlete now, so I'm all right. I can have a drink.
But if it was out and something like that happened,
yeah, we'll
we're
just
back
tag team up, won't we?
we're a tag team.
That's the point I was trying to make. Like,
Tag team.
Yeah. Like if it was another couple, you'd obviously take the woman, and I'd take the bloke.
Yeah.
yeah, but I think two men against you two don't really stand a fair chance, to be honest with you.
Yeah, a lot of people have always said to me, what, she gets a boyfriend and he pisses her off. I said, well, I don't need to worry about that anymore, because she can handle herself, whether it be a 10-stone bloke or a 15-stone bloke. I'm sure she'll be able to handle herself in that situation.
Yeah, so stop asking me who I'm talking to.
Who?
I'm 27 years old now.
Well,
doing
I'd just
that
like
the
to
other
know. I'd like to know. I'm a little sister at the end of the day.
Yeah, but if I say mind your business, mind your business.
Yeah, we've just been on about protecting you and guiding you. So if I'm asking you who's on the phone at 5 o'clock in the morning, FaceTime, you know, I've got
More than entitled as a brother to ask that. And by the way, who was on the phone at 5 o'clock in the morning?
I've still not got to the bottom of this.
I'll answer that how I answered yours. Mind your business, KUGAN.
Oh dear. But you must be so proud to see Saturday approach, and you'll be there obviously on Saturday night at the Matchroom HQ, first week of fight camp, live on DAZN obviously. But yeah, when she does her ring walk, you'll be absolutely like proud as a peacock.
I'll be nervous as hell.
I'll be proud, and yeah, I will be nervous. I can remember when she used to fight before, and I was so nervous because it's something you can't control. I'd get more nervous for her fights than when I was fighting.
And I was the same. I used to get so nervous when he was fighting more than what I would get nervous for my fight. So it's weird. I asked you that question years ago, didn't I? And
Yeah, you
it's
don't
the
get
same with both.
as nervous for your own fights because you're in control of them, whereas I'm not in control of this fight, so I'll be shitting it.
Well, listen, not long to find out. It's Wednesday today. Obviously, fight night is on Saturday, 3 days away. So we're all in, not just obviously your family, but everyone's in anticipation of how this is going to go. Shout out to Paul Reddy. I don't know where you went, Paul. You were meant to be watching my camera, but anyway.
I had to go and dry off because I got absolutely soaked when me and Sandy went for a walk. There was like a tropical storm when they were outside. It was.
It's a valid reason for not being here. Have you got anything else you'd like to add, first of all, Dave?
No, nothing else really. I think we've covered most things. I'm happy with that.
Good. Cheers, mate. This is your glass of water there, mate.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, is it water, is it? Yeah, I want to add to it. Just Clifton. He's been like my right hand in boxing, and throughout this whole camp, like people haven't seen what me and him have put the work in, and there's been times where it's just been me and him in the gym, and I'm on that treadmill and he's on the treadmill next to me.
Walking, obviously.
Walking, obviously. But yeah, he's been like my right hand, and it's going to be special. It's going to be special for me to have him in the corner on Saturday because throughout all these years, obviously, I'm in GB and it's going to be now the first time that he's doing my corner since, and I've been in the gym since I was 14 with him. So that's, yeah, just a shout out to Big Cliff and Paul, my manager. He's like my go-to man, literally. Honestly, yeah. This camp, them two, they've been the one, and Paul's like been my go-to for anything. And like 2 weeks out of my fight, it's so funny. He was saying, "Get to sleep." He was messaging me on WhatsApp. It was about 11 o'clock. I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to bed now, night." And then obviously he's gone. And on WhatsApp you can see when someone's online, can't you? And like 15 minutes later, I was speaking to someone. And I just get a message off Paul. Oi, put your phone down. He's just like on me constantly, which is good. It's good.
I've got a quick question. The person that you were speaking to online, was that the same person at 5 in the morning? Ask her.
Yeah. Hey, well,
Next question.
no comment.
No comment, yeah.
Wow. Whoever that person is, the 5 a.m. person, is watching this now. You know they are, don't you? Yeah. Shout out to 5 a.m. Man or woman, we don't know.
We will get to the bottom of it at some point.
By Saturday, we will.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Dave's got the phone records coming.
Just to echo your thoughts and comments on Clifton Mitchell, yeah, one of the best people in boxing, has been around the game for many years. I saw him here. Is he behind us anywhere?
He's around somewhere though.
Probably the best.
Possibly. But yeah, shout out to Clifton Mitchell, because Clifton Mitchell was, is just one top guy, and like I said, been around the scene for a long time, knows boxing inside out, and shout out to Clifton. Yeah.
You'll see as well Saturday. Me and Clifton, we've got like a we've got like a connection that not many people. Obviously, you get connections with trainer and fighters, but he'll say something, and I'll know what he's on about, but other people won't know what he's on about. So, yeah, I'm sure you'll see it Saturday anyway.
We'll look forward to it. Live on DAZN, Fight Camp, Week 1, Ben Granados and Sandy Ryan. Forget the rest. No, don't forget the rest because it is a stat card. Shout out to Everlast as well, sponsors of IFL TV and also Sandy Ryan.
Yeah. Do you like my logo? Pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you like my logo? Brushed her hair back.
That was definitely for the 5 a.m. guy, wasn't it?
100% was 5 a.m. guy. If you've watched this interview, hashtag the interview 5 a.m. guy. Dave, all right, he can wait. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down.
See what I mean?
Okay. Dave, Sandy, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. Best of luck on Saturday night, and we'll catch a word with you after your fight. We're all looking forward to it.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
See you soon.